Howdy folks, Rob MaximumRD here. Welcome to my second video in my collection archive set of videos as I go through various boxes and bins and find out exactly what I have in my collection. I had actually just completed a 20-minute or so video of a very big bin that I had opened. But unfortunately, I deleted that. Yeah, lots of fun. I will get back to that one, of course, at some point. But I don't feel like going through the same thing again so soon. So I've grabbed this box. This one won't be too much of a surprise. I actually did mark on here NES, Atari, and Genesis controllers. But then again, who knows specifically what's in here. I'm sure that's what it is for the bulk of it, but there might be an item or two that doesn't fit. I don't know. But let's take a look of this at this box here and see exactly what's in here. Well, yeah, that certainly is a box of controllers or input devices, if you will. So let's take a look. Yeah, they're all tangled up. It's like Christmas lights or something like that. But oh well, let's take a look here specifically which ones I have in here. So, what is this? This is Quick Shot. Quick Shot. It's got an auto fire switch here and suction cups on the bottom to mount it on a flat surface. So I'm assuming this is your basic Atari 2600 compatible controller. So there, yeah, there's your 9 pins right there. Alrighty, I'll grab these. Whoop, took it right off here. Set of paddles. Yep, paddle controllers again for your Atari 2600 and compatible gaming systems. One set of paddles. That's cool. Not sure if they're jittery or not. I haven't had a chance to try out those specific ones. I would buy so many 8-bit and 16-bit consoles in lots that I would just get all these extra controllers and peripherals. So I put them aside and just started storing them separately. This is one of several for the Coleco Gemini, another Atari 2600 compatible system. I have several of these. Unfortunately, I pretty much bought it in a lot that was your typical untested as is lot. I can't say that's a very cheap feeling stick. It's a hollow thin plastic. Maybe not a thin plastic, but it's a hollow plastic. I like the concept in general. I mean, having your paddle and your joystick in one unit there. Gemini video game system. The idea was I had bought a whole bunch of them in one shot, hoping that I could get at least one or two good ones out of it by either fixing up what I had gotten or by going through the various ones and Frankensteining them together to be at least a couple good functional pads. There's another one, a little bit rougher shape, that one. Yeah, at some point, I'll pull out the Atari 2600 or one of my compatibles. I actually have a Gemini, so I could use that and see how these various controllers function. Let's see here, another set of paddles. These ones actually say Gemini on it, so again, I guess marketed toward the Coleco Gemini 2600 compatible unit. Maybe I'll hold on to those specific ones. I'm not sure you see the Gemini branded paddles that often, so that's pretty cool. What else we got here? Epics 500XJ. Let's see, by Conix. Pretty cool. Side button there. And again, your typical 9-pin connection right there. Yes, another. Okay, now as I see these, I'll just pull them out of the box. And another dual command. This one says dual command on it. It's yeah, it's another Gemini pad, but this one says dual command as opposed to the Gemini label on it. Odd little variances here and there, huh? Anyways, what have you. Of course, I don't have, well, I do have a CRT television actually right there, but it's a flat screen CRT, and I know those cause issues sometimes. Haven't really had a chance to try out these, but this is the orange NES blaster for your Duck Hunt games and such. So there's an orange one, and as you can see, I also have a, whoa, so pull it out there, gray one. Same deal. Is there a difference between the two? Why is one orange? Why is one gray? I don't know. Was that when the whole gun thing started? They made a big issue out of it. Make it orange. That way it looks more like a toy. You don't have to worry about it. Whatever. Let me grab some odd looking ones here. What's that? SVI. Spectra Video. Spectra Video. Again with the suction cups. Hey. And, well, it's also got the auto fire switch there. This is all seeming very familiar. And this one has options for 2 different fire buttons. Oh, focus there. Either the top or right on the top of the stick. This is the quick shot. It's also a quick shot. Was that black one a quick shot too? Is it the same thing but just in a different color? Let me look at that first one I grabbed again. I believe it is, actually. Yeah, it is. So I have the Quick Shot by Spectra Video in both white and black. That's interesting. Okay. And another similar one, but I don't think it's the same company this time. Oh, the cables everywhere. Captain Grant. Captain Grant. How's that for a name? For a joystick. Again, a top-mounted fire button, base-mounted fire button, more suction cups, which probably don't work very well at all anymore. That's your Captain Grant joystick. Wonderful. Alrighty, continuing on. It's another, I like these actually. I know they're odd, some people hate them. They went through a phase, this company at least released Triax. Released models of this type of soft touch. They call it it's like a sensor touch control, 360 degree, a technology. This feather touch control was quite popular there for a while. This is the Turbo Touch 360. Also has some turbo fire buttons on there. You don't actually press a pad. It pretty much just lightly senses, or well, detects your thumb there, your input. So pretty cool. I actually like these pads. They are interesting. I have one for the ColecoVision. Well, I guess this will, yeah, this has got a NES type. Yep, it's got an NES. Got one for Sega Genesis, and I like them. They can be quite interesting controllers depending on your game. They're horrible controllers for certain games, but other controllers, they're actually not that bad. I find them a unique, I will probably keep these. I find them a unique point in gamepad history with this sensor touch. Suncom's another company that released several of those. I think that's my ColecoVision one, Suncom. Pretty cool. I like these touchpad ones. And of course, your good old standard, slightly yellowed NES traditional gamepad right there. My God, I've spent so many hours using one of these. Alrighty. Yeah, quick shot. This could use some cleaning. Definitely quick shot, auto fire. again, it's another one of those sensor type controls. Very odd. It's like it's almost like, could this be like a one-handed controller? There you go. Very odd controller. Also by QuickShot, they got in on the sensor pad thing. You might think almost like a Intellivision disc there, but it's a little different. I don't know. They're very odd. I guess if you wanted that Intellivision type of input control on other systems, although I don't see that, you could always give it a shot. At one point I really want to go through these different types of controllers and try them all on the same game on various systems. Like try a normal pad on the game on one system and then try one of these touch sensor type pads, see how the gameplay is affected. So that'll be a fun little project. I believe that's also, yeah, that's also for NES. There's the device right there. Yeah, funny controllers for the NES. They had so many options. Speaking of which, this was another odd one. This is weird because it's the NES Max. And I think this is normal for the Max in general. That it's almost one of those sensor deals again. But this is really weird. It's not even just a pad you push in different directions, but it's this free floating type thing. It doesn't center anything. It just supposedly just goes in whatever direction you press. So I don't know. It's very weird. I'll have to try that one out again sometime. Also for the NES. Another standard controller. Always good to have a few of those around. If you remember one of my past videos, I did pick up a couple of NES original, finally got original NES systems. They have the old syndrome of the blinking light. You power on and the power red LED just flickers on and off constantly. But I'm hoping I'll be able to fix that on at least one of the units. And then I'll have a real NES system and I won't have to bother with the crappy Retron 3 or anything. This one I like. This is for the Super Nintendo, ASCIIware. ASCIIware made a lot of great pads and controllers for various systems. Anytime you can get an ASCIIware pad or controller, you should probably hang on to it. As you can see, there's multiple options for turbo and auto fire. Other than that, it maintains the normal colors of a I believe it's a Super Famicom. Pretty cool. This is for the Super Nintendo by ASCIIware. This controller I'll be keeping for sure. I like their brand of controllers. So yeah, there's your traditional and again yellowed Super Nintendo controller. This one's very yellowed. I don't know how much you're picking that up on camera, but it looks worse in my eyes than it does as I see on the screen here. A little bit of a scratch right there. But yeah, you know, we'll see if it still functions properly. The Fighter Stick SG for the Sega Genesis, a 6-button arcade joystick type controller. Very nice, sturdy, nice joystick. Probably hang on to that one. That's also by ASCIIware, so definitely, you know, steel base there. Pretty cool. I like it. I'll be holding on to that. I think I showed you the box for this already in my last inventory video. It was the box that was in the big tub of items, but this is the actual controller itself. And then I guess in connection with that, but for the NES is another type of joystick, the good old classic NES Advantage. Back in the day, this was the controller. It's pretty heavy, very heavy and sturdy. Gotta love that. And this was the controller that I played back in the day on my NES and completed many games. Fondly remember using this for Legend of Zelda, so that was awesome. Great controller. Oh my gosh, what is this for? Whoa, says Tandy on it. Says Tandy, so oh, okay, so I actually do have a joystick for my Tandy computer. I didn't think I did, so I'll have to try that out. Not sure I have any cartridges. That's the weird thing. I have cartridges. I have a couple cartridges at least for my Texas Instruments TI 99-4A. No joystick. Now I have a joystick for my Tandy computer. I guess it's the Coco 2, Coco 3. I don't even know which one. But I don't have any games for it. So there you go. That's what happens when you buy things in lots. And this, I believe this came with my Coleco Gemini joysticks, but this is just like your Y adapter. It allows you, see, you input, you plug it into your console of choice, Atari, ColecoVision, what have you. And at the other end, you can plug in 2 controllers. Now, you may be thinking, why would you want to do that? Well, specifically with the ColecoVision, this is very useful because you can plug this into the ColecoVision, plug your typical ColecoVision controller with its overlay into one of these, and any type of 9-pin Atari compatible joystick into the other one. In this way, you can use a far superior controller for your movement and direction while still having access to your keypad on your ColecoVision, possibly with an overlay on it. And some people will say, well, you know, you could just press the keypad having the controller plugged into the second controller port. And that is true. That is definitely true. But it doesn't work with all games. With some games, at least, you need to access the pad on the first controller. So this will allow you to do that while using a far superior joystick or gamepad on the ColecoVision at the same time. So I'll be holding on to that. I'll have to throw that in with my Coleco accessories. So that's it, folks. That is the big box of controllers. NES, Atari, Genesis. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like this one. I did, actually. And I'll get back to the other one that I originally filmed and then deleted. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Rob MaximumRD out.